Welcome, PANCAP. Welcome to Belize, land of the Maya, Garifuna, Creole, Mestizo, Mennonite, East Indian, Chinese, the melting pot of Central America and the Caribbean. Each year we gather as a partnership to take stock of where we are, to have robust discussion on charting our future direction, and to celebrate the genius of who we are and what we do. We are PANCAP. We are a collection of UN agencies, regional institutions, donor partners, regional civil society, people living with HIV and vulnerable communities, all supporting the work of countries and impacting the lives of many. We are PANCAP, and over the last year, we have been working assiduously at meeting our targets. Over the next few days, we will forge new paths. We will look at the course that we have been charting and see the extent to which we need to shift direction over the next few years.
It is so important the strides that Belize has made with regards to this fight against HIV, and in the Office of the Prime Minister, we give our full support to this effort, and we continue to work along with the region, with our partners, to do our very best in terms of combating this very, very destructive disease.
In Belize, we are very pleased with the progress made of our national response, but we are not yet satisfied. We are pleased to see the drop in the numbers of new cases of HIV for each of the last 3 years, but we are not satisfied with even one new case. We are pleased to see the decline in the vertical transmission of HIV to the exposed infants. Only one case so far in 2012. This is a tribute to the great efforts of our healthcare workers around the country. But we will not be satisfied until we have reached zero. We are pleased to see the complex challenges of stigma and discrimination as they become a part of the national debate. But we are not satisfied with the levels of ignorance and fear which clearly remains in our society. As a nation, we are providing more opportunities for testing and counseling in more varied settings. Increasingly, our healthcare providers are inviting people to consider testing. We are distributing more condoms to males and females than ever before, screening out blood products and incorporating HIV in the broader sexual and reproductive health agenda. Among other recent initiatives is introduction of new legislation in 2012, which now criminalize and dismissal based on HIV status. This is led by the Ministry of Labor, which has also focused on training to build companies' capacities to develop and implement HIV policies.
This AGM is taking place at a time when there is great optimism about the possibility of an AIDS-free generation. Those of us who attended the 19th International AIDS Conference in Washington, D.C. in July 2012, no doubt came away impressed by the successes achieved all over the world. These emanated primarily from greater access to persons living with HIV/AIDS to care and treatment, scientific advances that provide hope that the cure is on the way, changes in attitude that permits more open discussions on the need for specific programs designated to eliminate stigma and discrimination, especially against LGBT communities. Notwithstanding these developments, it is important that we avoid the complacency that may yet contribute to a reversal of these gains. The theme of this meeting focuses our attention on moving forward, forging new paths.
The PANCAP Award of Recognition goes to Dr. Amalia Del Riego of Cabo. To present this,
Dr. Amalia Del Riego, a dual national of the Dominican Republic and Spain, has traversed the Caribbean. Her exemplary deeds in the fields of HIV and health are well known and highly acclaimed by professionals and practitioners. Her attachment to the Pan-American Health Organization for more than 2 decades provided the context and impetus for her first engagement with the processes of health reform in the Americas. With duty stations in her native Dominican Republic, Belize, Turks and Caicos Islands, the Bahamas and Trinidad and Tobago, and with portfolios covering a wide area of responsibilities, she interfaced with governments, academics and practitioners. This allowed her to champion the cause of equity and health, which she describes as her guiding principle. This guiding principle is the philosophical foundation upon which Dr. Del Riego encapsulates the range of her assignments in epidemiological research, in health systems and services, and in technical cooperation for priority public health programs. As HIV and AIDS advisor, she interfaced particularly with national AIDS programs and the Caribbean Regional Network for People Living with AIDS. She argues with passion that systems and models for health and development must aim to increase access, especially for the poor and vulnerable, and must remove the barriers that contribute to stigma and discrimination, especially for people living with HIV and AIDS. Dr. Del Riego was among the first set of professionals to be visibly involved in developing and coordinating the implementation of UNAIDS 3x5 initiative throughout the region. She championed this initiative designed to increase the number of people living with AIDS on treatment and argued assiduously for its incorporation as a priority in the PANCAP Caribbean Regional Strategic Framework 2002-2006. A dedicated member and supporter of the PANCAP partnership and its work, she never hesitated in responding to calls for provision of technical support and guidance to the PANCAP Coordinating Unit, the hub of the partnership. Dr. Del Riego worked closely with the PCU to convene the first Partners Coordination meeting, which aimed at improving collaboration, harmonisation and accountability among the regional support agencies responsible for achieving the objectives of the Caribbean Regional Strategic Framework. This was a turning point for the PANCAP in its quest to harness its resources towards greater impact on the programs of respective countries. As a member of the Priority Areas Coordinating Committee, a subset of the PANCAP Executive Board, Dr. Del Riego worked tirelessly to advance the mission of PANCAP and to assist with the mobilization of resources to implement the Caribbean Regional Strategic Framework. This graduate in medicine, who subsequently became a professor in epidemiology and preventative medicine, coordinated the Masters in Public Health program at her alma mater, the Autonomous University of Santo Domingo. She also explored the field of health economics at Aberdeen and Johns Hopkins universities. We therefore enthusiastically applaud a consistent voice for reducing the inequalities in health and in particular those suffered by women and children. It is with gratitude that we acknowledge her dedication and engagement in the crafting of both iterations of the Caribbean Regional Strategic Framework. It is with pride that we hail the outstanding achievements of a respected researcher and valued practitioner. It is above all an honour and a pleasure that you, Dr. Amalia Del Riego, have agreed to accept this award as a token of PANCAP's appreciation for your outstanding contribution to the fight against HIV and AIDS in the Caribbean.
Our second award, the PANCAP Award of Excellence, goes to Dr. the Honorable Leslie Ramsamy, former Minister of Health of Guyana, now currently Minister of Agriculture. Minister Ramsamy was unable to join us this evening, unfortunately, and accepting on his behalf will be Dr. Shanti Singh Anthony, Program Manager, National AIDS Program of Guyana, who will work with us to arrange a similar conferral in Guyana on our return to Georgetown. Ladies and gentlemen, please view a montage of his work.
Passionate advocate, fearless supporter of human rights, respected leader, champion of Caribbean causes, staunch promoter of PANCAP, an architect of elimination agenda and a believer in the prospects of an AIDS-free generation, Dr. Leslie Ramsamy is the Caribbean man we honour tonight. He has had the distinction of being the longest-serving Minister of Health in the recorded annals of Caribbean political history. His 11 years as Minister of Health in Guyana are filled with memorable achievements at the national, regional and international levels. Nationally, he led the initiative by which Guyana became the only country in the Caribbean community to manufacture its own antiretroviral drug. At a time when the epidemic peaked, he pioneered the National AIDS Program. He unhesitatingly announced the goal of a universal access to HIV prevention, care and support services while vigorously pursuing funding opportunities to make this a reality. He also insisted on rigorous treatment guidelines, the establishment of National Public Health Reference Laboratory, while relentlessly promoting the importance of every Guyanese knowing their HIV status. What started as National Day of Testing in 2006 in Guyana expanded to a National Week of Testing. What began as a modest target of testing 1,000 Guyanese has now risen to close to 50,000 annually. Because of these impactful efforts, Guyana is ranked in the top 10 countries of the world and has been recognised by UNAIDS for achieving a comprehensive quality HIV testing program. Leslie Ramsamy was the first Minister of Health to chair the PANCAP Second Annual General Meeting held in Guyana in 2002. He, therefore, presided over the inauguration of the Caribbean Regional Strategic Framework 2002-2006. He promoted the UNAIDS 3 1s principle that cemented the solidarity of PANCAP with the global principles for sustainability at that time. But this was just the beginning of an extraordinary excursion on the international stage. Dr. Ramsamy served as president of the Pan American Health Organization's 40th Directing Council, 2006-2008. He was elected president of the august body of the World Health Organization 61st World Health Assembly 2008-2009. This would be the first time a Minister of the Americas would hold the post since 1972. He was only the second representative from the Caribbean community to do so. In addition, between 2008 and 2011, he held several positions representing Latin America and the Caribbean on the Global Fund Board. A notable academic and stellar leader, Dr. Ramsamy never forgets his humble roots. He challenged the World Health Organization in Geneva to consider including NCDs in the MDG Plus agenda. And they did it. In 2010, at the PANCAP Annual General Meeting, he was bold enough to share the optimism of the few that HIV and AIDS vocabulary should change from reduce to eliminate. Now we speak of an AIDS-free generation and of the UN AIDS target of getting to zero. Tonight, therefore, there is absolutely every reason why, with one voice, we should pay tribute to this visionary activist and daring warrior in the fight against HIV and AIDS, Dr. Leslie Ramsamy.
Thank you very much, Dr. Singh. Our final award, the PANCAP Award of Excellence, is conferred upon Dr. Sir Prince Ramsey of Antigua and Barbuda. And this award will be presented by the Honorable Pablo Marin, Minister of Health of Belize. Ladies and gentlemen, a montage of his service to Antigua and the wider region.
Tonight, standing before you is a man with a mission, a man whose compassion knows no bounds, whose humility glows in the face of success and whose belief in the human spirit remains undiminished. A man committed to service. This exceptional man is Dr. Sir Prince Ramsey. A family physician in private practice in Antigua and Barbuda, Dr. Ramsey received his formal education in Antigua and Barbuda, Oxford, England, and the University of the West Indies. For over 2 decades, he has lectured in the United States, Canada, and over 20 Caribbean countries. He has also taught in every school and most churches in Antigua and Barbuda. His has been a passion to engage in the thought as an expression of freedom and to broaden the horizons, especially of the younger generation, with whom he delights in interacting. This is illustrated in his lecture series with youth and community groups on subjects such as the importance of family planning, the harmful effects of sexually transmitted diseases, the misunderstanding about sexual disorders, and the pain and stigma of living with HIV and AIDS. His messages resonate with PANCAP's vision in stressing prevention, respect, and compassion. Dr. Ramsey places no limitations on his service. It is unimaginable that in these times of consumerism and commercialism, he requires no payment. But his efforts do not end here. They expand to his role as co-founder of the 3H Foundation, a voluntary organisation which provides care and support for people living with HIV and AIDS. He is also a board member of the Directors of Caribbean Family Planning Affiliation and the International Planned Parenthood Federation Western Hemisphere region, among many other such posts he has held. For his contributions to health, especially in the study and treatment of patients with HIV and AIDS, Dr. Ramsey is the recipient of many local, regional and international awards. In 2007, the government of Antigua and Barbuda bestowed on him the country's highest award, the Knight Grand Cross of the most distinguished order of the nation. This makes him uniquely double royalty, Sir Prince. And in 2010, Sir Prince was recognised by the Rotary Club of Antigua Sundown for his unselfish and major contributions not only to the people of his country but to the wider Caribbean. In 2012, he received the Queen's Jubilee Medal for his contributions to HIV and AIDS in Antigua and Barbuda. If by now you believe that you have heard the end of Sir Prince's feats, please sit back and relax. Sir Prince is also a cultural icon. From 1980 to 2009, he produced 50 calypso albums, wrote 100 calypsos, managed a band and served as a judge. Excellent, indefatigable. His presence tonight has ennobled this 12th meeting and, indeed, is one who represents the very construct of the award. We are indeed graced by your presence and honoured to present this PANCAP Award of Excellence to you, Dr. Sir Prince Ramsey.
Poverty causes some persons to engage in high-risk behaviors as they seek to earn income to meet basic family needs. This, too, can expose them to HIV. Oppenheim and Harkett in 1993 posited that poverty takes away the tools to build the blocks for the future. Absence of building blocks for the future strikes at the heart of sustainable development, the definition of which was contained in the Brooklyn Report and popularized by the Rio Conference of 1992 as being development that meets the needs of the present generation without compromising the ability of future generations to meet their own needs. It is for this reason that the Rio Outcome document exhorts member states to address the causes and challenges of poverty through integrated, coordinated, and coherent strategies at all levels, and is appropriately titled The Future We Want.
The first, I have a hot story to tell, Becky. Make I her recall she? Gal Becky, you know her gal? You remember your best friend Fanny? Yes, the same one that had Junior. Yeah, well, eventually Fanny get bored and Trick, he get tired of she. That now when the whole Facebook drama start. But he get to meet them physically. That now when he introduce himself there to the gal there. Gal, but he no want more out of life. And that now when they got to the wild there too. Eventually, girl, he started to worry. He realized that having more than one partner no good for me. That when oh yes, he had running right back to Franny.
What say you like come back now?
There's that circle and anything that you mean, and if I mean it, you know.
So you're done with the cheating?
Done all of that. I promise I not do that no more.
And I mean and only me?
Only you, only you.
Okay then. Junior, come here now, Pop.
So we have one copy for me once again. Let's go back up for you.
We're again?
Yes, girl, the family get back together and Junior are a wonderful midwife, active part of the community, still a part of the youth advocacy movement when we educate people too. But girl, Franny, she still never wanted to the midwife or the status, but they had to because they treat her bad.
But Miss, I don't know my 600 here from early this morning. Like I said, no, but yes, Miss, like I'm going to say how much nothing here. Guess what? I tell her on the TV like something less than human. You know what? I just feel like I need to tell somebody about my situation.
Yes, girl, and she get tired of the whole thing that I want to sit the family down and finally tell them about the whole situation and she and Trace status.
Junior, come in here. Okay, we need to have a serious conversation. Yeah, me and your car have HIV.
Stop telling that all true. Stop telling she about that. No, I ain't not true.
Guess how ignorant it is? But yeah, I just want to make you know that you do not have it. I confirmed it after you were born.
Well, Mom, I've been this to change sometimes. I was married to when I had a partner. I was a sister. People with HIV and AIDS, and also the one person who is fine. From spring, so if you can hear me, everyone laugh, go here for here. You know what I want to go right now, man.
But wait, Junior, you sure that people not discriminate against me because I had enough of that in my lifetime?
Mom, I'm promised you. Nothing like that over now.
Okay, let's go. Wait, I get the phone first. Trilek, where are they? So you're not home? Okay then, let's go.
Yes, girl. Funny they gonna be and they treat their good, but Trey, he they not denial. I even sticky there and they walk on like he crazy or something. Girl, but after I tell you all of this, but funny day.
How you would have treated me after this?
Thank you.
I'll share a quick story what happened to me this afternoon. We came to the hotel and I heard, you get free cocktails when you come and thing. And I'm thinking, cocktail, that must be a fruit juice because that's what I'm used to getting at some of the hotels that I go to. Only to go to the bar, be served this nice little drinks with 2 straws in. I'm thinking, 2 straws, oh nice. Take a big sip. Rum in the cocktail. No, I don't know. Something must be wrong with me because I thought that would have been fruit juice and I took a big sip of it, drunk immediately. Also guys, we want to thank the members of the media and also to you, the participants, for making this evening a memorable event. We wish you God's guidance and blessings as you journey to your different hotels and then as the meeting finishes to your homeland. Take care and all the best. Thank you.
This venue for some cocktails. I'm pretty sure rum is included, Dwayne, so we will monitor him. We're going to proceed, our ushers will lead us through. Old Belize is a special tourist venue within Belize, and we're going to be ushering you through basically a sampling of Old Belize. You'll enter through a Mayan temple and eventually find your way through the ruins and wonders of Belizean geography and culture to the Old Belize courtyard where refreshments will be served. Thank you very much for your attention, and I look forward to seeing all of you tomorrow, bright and early, 9 a.m. for the start of the 2 days of important deliberations. Thank you, and good evening.